Hello, hello, everybody. Okay, so we are going to talk about the new selection program, and it's something related to inventory. So I was very surprised that it seemed to slip under the radar in 2020. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the new selection program. This is something that could save you some money. So let's talk about, first of all, what it is, right? So this is a program that Amazon launched. They launched it in April of 2020. So it was last year when everything was going crazy. So if you hadn't heard of it, it was probably because you were trying to either keep in stock because your sales were going crazy, or trying to get stock into the country because the shipping and supply chain was going crazy. So if you have missed this, it's not surprising. So let's talk about what it is exactly, right? What it is it's something that sounds like it is only available for new sellers. It's called the Fba New Selection Program, and it sounds like it's only available to new people, but it's actually available to any professional seller who has a new to FBA ASIN. Any ASIN that you are not currently selling on Amazon, any ASIN that is new, perhaps you have exclusives on your website, or you're launching new products, could be applicable and could be qualified for the new selection program. And so what it is it's something that would qualify you for potentially free storage, free removals, and free returns. Also some free sponsored advertising credits. There are certain qualifications to unlock any one of those specific benefits that I'll go over briefly. Also, in the post, you'll see that there is a link, and it's a link to get more information about this program. The new selection program is something that, again, was announced in April 2020, and it's going to be expanding in April 2021, so this year. So I'm going to go over a little bit of what is going to be expanding, what you're going to be able to see as additional benefits. But right now, we will talk about a little bit about who this is for and how does it exactly work. Currently, there are about 60,000 sellers that are enrolled in this program. And since April 2020, there's over 680,000 new to FBA ASINs that have been sent to fulfillment centers and have been qualified and enrolled in this program. All right, so who is this for? So this is for, again, I said existing and new professional sellers. So you have to have a professional seller's account. The additional benefit to new sellers, because again, it's for existing and new sellers, the only additional benefit that we were able to identify for new sellers is that a new seller can get a free shipping credit into the fulfillment center of up to $100. So they're trying to attract new sellers, but they're also trying to attract new SKUs for existing sellers. So that's good news for anyone who is interested in launching new product or has some new products on their lineup. You might be able to qualify for a little bit of savings. And we'll talk about a little bit what those savings are. It's not huge, but any little bit helps, right? Especially if you're going to be launching a lot of products this year. I honestly feel like this should be called the FBA New Product Program instead of the New Selection Program. I think it's an awful name. It doesn't really tell us what the program is, and it keeps you kind of guessing and makes you assume that it's for new sellers, perhaps. So I don't think it was very well marketed. I don't think it was very well named, but it is what it is. All right, so it's new to FBA ASINs, and professional sellers can enroll and can be accepted. If you are confused as to whether a product or a SKU is new to Amazon, there's actually a tool that is an FBA product search tool, and I've included it inside of this post to help you out, and that can be used so that you can search and see if the product is in fact new to the marketplace. So people who are doing wholesale perhaps and are trying to get some of their SKUs or their ASINs into the Amazon platform and may not be sure if that ASIN is qualified, can go ahead and use that tool. The ASIN eligibility is actually not tied to the creation of the SKU. It's actually tied to when the inventory is first received. So if you've created a SKU and you are still waiting for it to arrive to Amazon, you could still attempt to enroll in this program before the inventory is received. So you do need to be enrolled in the program before the inventory is received, but the ASIN does not have to be made before the enrollment period. So again, if you are launching a product and you've created it in Amazon, but you haven't sent in your first inventory, I would suggest trying to enroll and see if you qualify, and then taking advantage from that SKU and any other SKUs you plan to add. Another aspect of this program is your IPI score needs to be at least 400. So 400 or higher. So if you have an IPI score of lower than 400, you would not be eligible for the program. And if you don't have an IPI score, maybe you're a new seller, you can also enroll in the program. So if you don't have an IPI score because you have no history, you're still able to enroll as long as you sign up for a professional selling account. The categories that are not eligible currently, the media category is not eligible right now. And I'm going to talk about a couple of categories maybe that are going to be eligible in the future as well. Overstock is currently not eligible, but in the future it will be eligible. For example, in order to be eligible for the returns, there's free returns processing, but in order to be eligible for free returns at this time, your ASIN must be in the apparel category. So apparel, shoes, handbags and accessories, jewelry, luggage, watches, that sort of category. And my assumption is that Amazon has recently launched Prime Wardrobe, where they allow you to try on clothes for 7 days and send anything back with free returns to see if you like it. They're kind of trying to compete with some of those wardrobe or those shopper companies where they send you a bunch of clothes and you try it on and you ship anything back that you don't like. So they're trying to compete with that. They also have a personal shopper program that kind of pairs up with that as well. So my belief is that they are trying to attract more sellers in the apparel category to try to pump up that side of their business to really try to compete with those other clothing companies such as Stitch Fix. All right, so how does it work? So how it works, if you're a new seller, you would obviously have to register, and you would have to register the professional seller account, right? So that is a fee of $39.99, and most of us are already, as sellers, paying that fee. So shouldn't really matter for most of us. You would enroll in the New Selection Program, and the link that I provide is one that you just simply would scroll down and you would click below where it says enroll, right? So enroll in that. You want to make sure that, again, you are at an IPI score of 400 or better. And then you would select the Fulfillment by Amazon option when you list your product, or switch existing listings to FBA. So it sounds like you can take certain listings that have never been sold on FBA, and you can now make them FBA listings and sell them as FBA. So switch from FBM, and those could potentially be eligible as well. So you either create your listing for the first time or you switch your listing to FBA. And then, as Amazon says, enjoy the benefits of the program while reaching more customers. Okay, great. So that's how it works essentially. So recent updates. So starting in April of 2021, so April 1st of 2021, the program's actually going to be expanding. Oversized items are going to be eligible. So this could be a big deal. So up to 30 ASINs could be eligible. If you sell oversized products, this could be a significant savings. Up to 30 ASINs could be eligible. You would get free storage for up to 90 days and free removals for up to 180 days. So that could be significant, as the fees attached to oversize could be fairly significant. So you could take a look and see if that is something that you are interested in doing. Maybe there are some oversized products that you sell that you don't currently sell through Amazon because of the fees. You might test that out and see if that is at all beneficial to you. The other things that are being added, sponsored advertising credits are being added. So some promotional credits for sponsored ads will be offered. There isn't a lot of detail around what is going to be offered, how much, what's eligible, but we should know more as they release the program in the next couple of months here. There was an ASIN limit. There was a 500 ASIN limit. That's now being removed. So for companies that have hundreds of ASINs, that is being removed. You don't have to worry about the ASIN limit anymore. New benefits for apparel and shoes. So extended free storage from 90 to 120 days. That's for up to 100 units per parent ASIN. and extended customer returns, the fee is going to be waived for a period of time. And again, I think that's because they are gearing up and moving into the apparel space, doing that shipping, doing the prime wardrobe. They're trying to attract more clothing and apparel brands. So if you are working with a clothing or apparel brand, or you are or have a clothing or apparel brand, it might be a good idea to get into this program. So that's pretty much it. That's the update. The question that I had as soon as my team found this program and started telling me about it was, what is the catch? Amazon's obviously doing things for a reason, right? They are not altruistically just giving fees back or waiving fees. So I wanted to know, why is this actually happening? What could be the incentives? You know, one incentive would be the professional seller's fee. So maybe some people who were not paying the professional seller's fee would start paying the $40 a month. That's not much, but it is something. The more likely would be Amazon is trying to incentivize people to put more products on Amazon. They want to have the largest selection. They want to be the biggest in the world. They want to continue to be the biggest in the world. And they know that companies like Walmart are coming after them. So they're doing whatever they can to incentivize. They are trying to avoid things like the exclusivity on Shopify or on Etsy and trying to move some of those onto Amazon. There are people who do really well in Shopify and then don't convert over to Amazon and stay off of Amazon as a whole. So they've never been able to come after Shopify or Etsy. So they're trying to take some more of that market and bring some of those products into their catalog is my thought on it. They want more SKUs to come onto Amazon, and so they're trying to incentivize that to happen. Because once you're in there, the fees that they're waiving aren't that much. I can actually show you a little bit of a grid here of what they're actually waiving. They're not waiving a lot. 50 units shipped to the fulfillment center, 1 ASIN, 50 units per ASIN. So it's actually not a lot. For example, they're showing monthly storage fees, they're showing removal order, they're showing, 50 units would cost $97.55. That's not huge, but that is a savings. But after your inventory is moved into Amazon and you start selling, the amount of money that Amazon's going to make on those storage fees afterwards, and the amount of money they're going to make on their referral fees for their commission. And then if you start advertising, that would be the final thing that they would probably be interested in, is the fees that you will be paying for the ads, right? Because the thing that they're adding in a couple of months, as we mentioned, is advertising credits, promotional credits. So once they add the promotional credits, they get you hooked on the advertising, and then they're going to make a bunch of money on the advertising. That very well could be what's in it for Amazon. Anyway, it's something that you could take advantage of. You're selling on Amazon anyway. You might as well waive some of those fees, get some of that money back. And I don't see any downside to it at this point. I was looking for an exclusivity. I was thinking that maybe Amazon would make these ASINs exclusive. I haven't been able to find anything about that. They've done that in the past where they've required exclusivity, but that's not what they're requiring here, at least from what I can tell. As you go through the process, maybe take a look at that and make sure that that is not the case. But that I could see being the only reason really that I would not go for this program. If they're offering free removals, they're offering some free storage, go ahead and take it. All right, that's about it. That's all I have to say on this subject. If you have anything else, if you know anything else about this program, be very interested to know. If you are enrolled in this program and you have some experience, definitely mention it in the comments, type something in, because I'd be really interested to talk to anyone who has used this program to see what the upsides are, what the downsides are, if any, and just find out, what's going on with it. All right. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.